Welcome everyone to Western Mass News Digital Edition. I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Amanda Martin Ryan. An armed carjacking suspect is being held without the right to bail following a dangerousness hearing. Malachi Williams, the 19-year-old suspect, is facing charges in connection with a March shooting outside Union Station, where two individuals sustained non-life-threatening injuries. The teen was also involved in a July 12th armed carjacking, where he crashed into two houses and an illegal gun was recovered. Williams' next court date is scheduled for November 18th, as the case remains under investigation by the Springfield Police Department, Chicopee Police, and the Hamden District Attorney's Office Violent Crimes Unit.
S Hadley Police are looking for answers after reports of several cars were broken into and robbed. Neighbors are now on high alert in the usually quiet neighborhood after police reported break-ins on Prospect Street Sunday morning. Residents there urging everyone to keep their car doors locked, and police are also investigating other break-ins reported from a South Hadley and Granby community Facebook page. No arrests have been made yet, but if your car was hit on the 18th or 19th, or you have any video of possible suspects, contact the police department.
A 16-year-old boy is facing multiple charges after burning the American flag at the Northampton Post Office on Bridge Street last night. This is the scene our Western Mass News crews arrived to last night. As you can see, there was quite a few police officers responding to the scene along with fire crews. Police say they saw the flag lowered, but still attached to the pole with several parts of it still burning. That 16-year-old was caught running away from the scene, and while we don't know his identity due to his age, we do know he's facing charges for vandalism, disorderly conduct, and setting that fire.
The man accused of stabbing a former Fall River mayor is now getting a mental health evaluation. The 31-year-old suspect was arrested in connection with the stabbing of former Fall River Mayor Will Flanagan. The suspect is from Fall River. He faces a number of charges, including assault and battery on police officers. Prosecutors say he has a long criminal record and is being held without bail.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. I'm meteorologist Dan Brown. Hopefully your day is going smoothly. Halfway through the work week as we eyeball that weekend, of course, the last weekend of October. You know, we had the rain last night. At times it came down pretty good, and we started damp this morning, but turned out to be a nice day. We talked about how the sun would come out a little in the morning and more so in the afternoon, and that has been the case. In fact, we're sitting at a comfortable 66 degrees, a little milder than I thought we would get today. I figured maybe low to mid 60s, but that's a bonus. That wind out of the west-southwest, though, at 20, so it is blustery, and we're going to cool off slowly tonight, back down to around 40 by tomorrow morning. So you can see basically that all the activity that came through overnight last night pushed off. We had a few showers this morning, and now we continue to dry out. We picked up 1 to 2 inches of rain up along Route 2, Berkshire County, areas that certainly needed the rain. Closer to Springfield is about a half an inch of rain for a lot of us, and a little more up across Hampshire County. So a decent soaking moved through last night for a lot of us, and now we have the upper level low that's going to be spinning through over the next couple of days. What that means for us is that it'll be blustery, it'll be cooler, and there'll be a lot of clouds, but also some sunshine, and we can't rule out a spot shower tomorrow and a spot shower on Friday, although the bulk of both days are going to be rain-free. So here's your 24. As we go into the evening, a few clouds mixing in with some clear sky, temperatures in the lower 50s. And tonight, few passing clouds. Temperatures make their way down into the low to mid 40s. And tomorrow, I think the morning is the brightest part of the day. In the afternoon, clouds have a tendency to fill in. So for a few hours, we go partly to mostly cloudy. Can't rule out a sprinkle or spot shower tomorrow afternoon. Very isolated. Best chances across Berkshire County. Highs tomorrow in the upper 50s as this upper level disturbance just kind of rotates through over the next couple of days. But a lot of the shower activities across northern New England, across New York State, maybe Berkshire County, as it tries to make its way down in the valley, a lot of the activity dries up. But even Friday afternoon, we can't rule out a spot shower as the clouds try to fill back in. So high temperatures tomorrow and Friday, upper 50s, lots of clouds, brightest part of the day. Both days are going to be in the morning. They'll go partly to mostly cloudy in the afternoon. And Saturday looks nice. It's still a little breezy, but more sunshine, and it's cool with temperatures in the mid 50s. A lot of 50-degree readings in the 10-day. I think tomorrow maybe to about 60, but most of us will be in the 50s. And Friday, I think just about everybody is in the 50s as well, and that's going to be the theme this weekend. However, less wind, more sunshine, especially Saturday, maybe a few clouds mixing in Sunday, but a really nice weekend. You're just going to need the jackets with temperatures in the 50s, and then maybe the middle part of next week gets a little fuzzy. Things might get a little bit unsettled as we stay cool with perhaps some ocean storms sitting offshore. We'll see how close that comes to us. That would be Wednesday, Thursday time frame. Okay, that's a look at your forecast. We'll see you again at 4 o'clock. Amanda and Chris, back over to you.
Dan, thank you. Dayton Humane Society is feeling the love as the community is stepping up in a big way, adopting dozens of animals and sending donations.
The shelter took in nearly 100 cats from a single house earlier in the month. A lot of those cats are already in new homes, and the animals still at the shelter are also getting a helping hand. The shelter's executive director says it was a very busy weekend at Dayton Humane Society. After seeing our story about the cats, the community responded by adopting more than 50 of them, and they feel honored by the outpouring of support. So if you're interested in donating or adopting any of the cats, just head to our website, westernmassnews.com.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching today's Western Mass News Digital Edition.
Be sure to tune in to Western Mass News at 4 coming up soon on ABC 40. Have a great day.